Hi, my name is Jeff Innes. I'm the winemaker at Palatine Hills Estate Winery here in Niagara-on-the-Lake. Well, I started in this business in 1995. I did my first vintage at Rife Estate Winery, and then I moved on to Vineland Estates for 6.5 years as a cellar worker, and then Brian's assistant, and then moved on to Harbor Estates for 2 years after that. Then I actually did a vintage in Georgia and did a vintage in Uruguay in 1999. And then I moved up to Prince Edward County for about 8 years while traveling back and forth from St. Catharines to Prince Edward County every week. And then I found myself here at Palatine Hills, and I've been here ever since, and I love it. So right now you can see our Riesling is really clean. The fruit is gorgeous. The acidity in the fruit is still very well balanced with the sugars, which will help the wine age a little bit longer. There are people out there that love a fresh, vibrant, crisp, young Riesling. And then there are also people out there that love an older, more petrol-y style of Riesling. With our fruit, we can actually do both with the same wine. Because it has a bit of an acidity backbone, it helps the wine age a little bit longer, and it just softens real nice in the bottle. And I can't wait for you guys to try it inside the store. They'll start up as a straight-up Riesling, and then we'll look about maybe doing some blending with it at a later date. We do have a couple of blocks on this farm that go into our straight up Riesling, and this happens to be one of them. And so we'll make that decision once the wine is made and we see the flavor profile as the wine becomes more mature. Flavor profile is incredible. We are so excited about the quality of our fruit this year that it's been so far it's got the makings of an excellent vintage, and just can't wait to get it started. We're about 1 kilometer away from Lake Ontario, so our temperatures are very tempered by the lake. We don't get as cold as you would more inland, and we tend to have a little bit longer growing season because of the lake. So it really helps us on a day like today where, driving to work today, I saw frost on the ground, but here at the winery we don't have any, which is always nice. It makes a winemaker's life a lot easier when you can extend the growing season and let the fruit mature on the vine a little bit longer rather than having to pick it out of necessity because we've had a frost. We, with our proximity to the lake, we tend to have about another 3 or 4 days, in some cases a week or so, of a growing season than you would say even further inland, even 1 kilometer or 2. Due to the lake, we tend to have, we call it our little bubble, because we have Lake Ontario right there. It just protects us a little bit to extend the season and also to help the season in the spring. We warm up a little bit sooner than other places, and so everything just gets that much more extended, and it really helps us nice. And like I said earlier, we call it our little bubble, and we're really happy to be here. We will hold back a certain percentage for ice wine depending on the year. This year right now we have about 5 rows of Gewürztraminer so far held back for ice wine. We haven't yet made the decision on Riesling just yet. That decision will probably be made later today. As the fruit's coming in, we see how much we have, see how much we think we might need to hold back for ice wine, if any, and then we'll make that decision. Lucky for us, we have our own harvester, so we can just stop whenever we want. So we will pick these. They'll be brought to the winery. We will weigh them, and then we'll process them through our destemmer crusher into our press, where they'll be pressed off as juice. And then I'll start doing the analysis on the juice once it's in tank and it has settled out a little bit, so I can get my final numbers on where the juice sits. And then we go from there, and we'll start the fermentation. So as you can see, the grapes have come in. We still have a little bit of stems left in the destemmer crusher. They will come down. There's little paddles in here that will knock the grapes off the stems. These stems will get kicked out the back here into our bin, and then the must will go into the press over there, and then the clean juice will be pressed over here. So as you can see, the Riesling juice is nice and clear, crisp, clean. It's got a beautiful aroma to it already. Tastes great. Can't wait to start making it into wine. We'll rack the juice off of the lees, and then we'll add a yeast culture, which will help which will start the fermentation. And it's a yeast culture that I will pick that goes very well with our Riesling. I've tried a few different ones, and the one we use now is just brilliant with our Riesling, and I'm excited that we have it. And Riesling is one of my favorite varieties. When I first started in this business, a fellow winemaker, Brian Schmidt, really knew how to make Riesling and taught me everything I knew about Riesling. And so I'm excited to get these guys off the vine and get them in the tank. So now we are a year ahead, and this is our 2015 Riesling. It's my favorite part of the job. Get to try it and open it and try it and enjoy it. So right now, as you can see, you saw in the juice, the wine is still crisp, clean, nice and clear. Very floral notes on the nose. Get a little bit of citrus. A nice lemony, citrusy balance in the palate. And we hope you guys come down to the winery in Niagara-on-the-Lake. We love to have people here come in and try our wines and enjoy them. And hopefully you take a few bottles or cases home with you. And we're looking forward to seeing you guys. Cheers.